friggin' kid. That little what a little
That's good. Getting a CR7 and Mr. Beast collab. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Check the Score podcast. Obviously, the new set today, very exciting. This kind of been in the work for at least a month or two. Definitely been having this on my mind, and what better way to kick things off than to have our honorary co-host, it's probably the best way I like to put it, in Bailey.
new set, but the old timer, the old guest.
Yeah.
That's what's good about it.
I think when we switched to video, you were the first person that we had on.
I believe so.
And yeah, ever since it's kind of been a bit of a tradition to have Bailey on, and yeah, wouldn't have it any other way. Before we start, I'd just like to say, with the new chapter of the Check the Score podcast, we're going to have obviously this new set with new guests, new segments, new topics on the way. And yeah, obviously kicking it off with Bailey, and we have an absolute cracker of a topic today, I thought. I sent this to Bailey and I kind of gave him the T's and C's about what I wanted it to be about, and he goes, mate, I am there. This is definitely up my alley. So care to kind of give a bit of a debrief on what we're doing today?
Yeah, no, we're just doing a top 5 moments in football in 2024. However, it's fair to say Josh, is a little more about football. You know, you could probably show that list to a 50-year-old and he would be able to know them. My list, however, is probably a bit more geared towards football Twitter, because I'm a Twitter fiend, and so I've got a lot of just, you know, individual tweets, funny moments, stuff like that, memes, trends, whatever, stuff like that. But I will say, I had a lot of issues going back before August in my likes, so mine is definitely a little more geared for the last 5 months of 2024. But I still think it's quite good.
Yeah, the way I look at this is some of this stuff's a bit objective, especially with me having a bit more footballing moments. There's kind of only so much I can pick from. But on top of this, there's also a bit of personal bias in this. So I'm sure that obviously with Bailey having more social media orientated choices, it's kind of what he looks for in a funny tweet. Whereas I might have something like, I don't know, for instance, maybe a player I like or something that happened with them that might make my top 5. And without further ado, do you want to get into it?
Let's do it.
Number 5. This is where our list starts. And just to say, we have a lot of honourable mentions. Quick jump cut because we had a bit of technical difficulties. One of the mic stands decided to just cark it. Number 5.
Am I going first?
Yeah, let's go. You
Okay.
first.
My number 5. This wasn't just on Twitter, but I think it started on Twitter. It's the BARCLAYS comps. I don't know if you saw those. It was a style of football edit about players from the BARCLAYS era.
Is this like the proper Barclaysman?
Yeah.
Those edits?
Over like the indie track from that time.
Yeah.
I consumed those up so much.
What was your favourite one? What was your favourite Barclaysman
Okay, actually
edit?
my favourite one was about that Ukrainian Liverpool player, Vorokin, just because he was so crap, and it was one and it made him look kind of saucy. So that one gave me a laugh. But honestly, you can name any player from that era, and it was good. I saw a Tarat one, which even though it's more championship still though, it just invokes something so nostalgic.
Yeah, Hatem Ben Arfa.
Yeah.
Yannick Bolasie, Michu.
Yep.
Even I think I saw a Gomes one from when he's at Swansea. I'm like, bro.
Oh yeah, because he had a season where he was this guy's good.
Yeah.
And he just fell off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
I love that's exactly what a Barclays man is.
Yeah.
So I love those.
Couldn't agree more. I have 2 highlighted here for number 5 because I couldn't split them.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Leverkusen's unbeaten Bundesliga run.
Oh yeah, no, that was pretty nutty.
Yeah, so I just don't think you're ever going to see anything like that ever again, especially in almost a monopoly-dominated league.
Yeah, where the team who does it isn't the monopoly. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, you've had Bayern win it for the last 10 years in a row. And then, of course, when Harry Kane goes there to win a Give Me trophy, he loses it to Leverkusen. Pretty much every team in the world last season would have taken Xabi Alonso as their manager. Just everything about that side, the rise of Florian Wirtz, even Victor Boniface, there was players just coming out of the woodworks you'd never expect They won the DFB Pokal, so the German equivalent of the FA Cup. Yeah, honestly, I think you just won't ever see anything like that ever again. That's their first Bundesliga title ever. Like, they've never won a German top division title. Like, that's just crazy.
It was ridiculous. But may I just say, Harry Kane, that guy needs to, like, I don't know, he needs to see a witch doctor or something because he's cursed.
Yeah, I think he's on for it this season, but yeah.
I don't know. I'm not backing it until I see him holding a trophy. That is in the Audi Cup, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, look, I like, as many people say, like, if he doesn't win a trophy, he might be the best player in football history to never win a trophy.
He probably already is. I watched a really good athletic video about that. They did like a full breakdown. They were going down to like the 30s and 40s, and it like probably is him.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. But yeah, that's all I kind of have to say about that. But yeah, I think Leverkusen's still doing all right this season, just obviously not last season. Like, to go unbeaten.
Which, yeah, that's expected, right? You can't keep that juju up for that long.
Yeah.
Especially with Bayern around.
Yeah, and I think they lost a few players in the off season, or at least players were rumoured at leaving, probably disturbed the change room a little bit.
Yeah, true. They did keep more players than I thought, though.
I agree. I totally agree. I thought that for all money we were going to lose like Wirtz and Boniface and Grimaldo and Frimpong and all those guys. Anyway, number 4.
Wait, I thought you had 2 that you can split. Or
I'm going to put it.
Say in the honorable
I'm
mentions?
going to put it as an honorable mention. Yeah.
Okay, my number 4 is utter woke nonsense. I love this meme
Applause.
so much.
I actually will applaud that. That
I love this so much. And
with the Daichi on the brick wall.
with Sean Dyche on the brick wall, and I remember as the meme got further and further, it like the people weren't even putting the words anymore. They would just put the brick wall, and you knew. And then I remember got to the point I know what the street that wall is on looks like. People, because it's like a street, and then it's an alleyway, and then you turn left, and there's a wall. And I got to the point where people were just posting the Google Maps street view to represent it, and I like knew that's what they were saying. Utter woke nonsense. It was just a great meme.
That is a good meme, especially when it's like talking about just like the new evolutions of football, or like just things in general that aren't like your traditional football customs.
Yeah, like,
and everyone's just like, yeah, just post the Dyche photo. It's like
double inverted trequartistas.
Yeah.
It's like, this is utter woke nonsense, bro.
Yeah, real.
Where's the 4-4-2?
Yeah. My turn.
Yeah.
My number 4, and because there isn't a lot to laugh about, well, there is a lot to laugh about, but when there's not a lot to be happy about with your football team at the moment, you try and squeeze them into a top 5 somehow. And that is the youngsters in the Manchester United side at my number 4.
That is your what, so like Garnacho,
Diallo, Mainu, Højlund.
Mate,
That's
I'll
my
be
number
honest
4.
with you, this is not a good time, especially. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Mainu is like...
But I've kind of like crammed him in here with like the Diallo FA Cup winner and like just a bit of everything. Mainu scoring in the FA Cup final, just like kind of put them in the list. Got to find a way to get him in somehow, especially when we're in a relegation battle at the moment. So yeah, it's not really a moment, but it's a top 5 footballing moment for me because it's the only good thing that my football team has going for them right now. And a good manager. We have a good manager, but yeah, just really shite squad.
Well, how do you feel about Mainu this season?
I mean, it's not helped he's had lingering injuries. Like, he's been in and out of the squad with injury, but he seems to me like the kind of player that Amorim would want, but I don't know. Like, he's not been starting under Amorim.
I see people on Twitter keep calling him fat. Has he gained weight?
I haven't noticed that.
Or is that just head loss?
I think
it might just be head loss.
It could be. Like, I mean, it definitely hasn't struck me United fans by like as in like, wow, like there's like, you remember when everyone saw the Mkhitaryan photo where he had the beer belly?
Oh yeah, or
Lukaku, and everyone's like, okay, they've actually put on weight. Like,
Yeah.
that's not been the case with.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least from what I've seen, with Amad Diallo. Sorry, not Amad Diallo. I'm Kobe Mainu. But yeah, I had to squeeze him in here somewhere because if I put him any higher, if I had the youngsters at my club for a podium finish on my 2024 moments, that would be a bit blasphemy. So I don't think I could do that. So number 4, they go.
All right, dub. Okay, number 3. I really hope you know this one. Are you familiar with the Arnslot Penitentiary?
What? Time out.
So the Arnslot Penitentiary, it's about this one guy, and it's every time Liverpool have won a game, he'll post like, let's say Carlo Ancelotti, welcome to the Arnslot Penitentiary. And it's like this rotoscoped video of Arnslot over Mbappe scoring goals.
I've seen that.
Yes, you have seen it.
I've seen that video
And-
of like just Onslaught doing step overs.
Yeah. And it's like the beat and he's like cutting in and scoring. And I really, it got a lot of steam because the guy, he did it from the start and it was good and it was picking up steam. And I remember when we beat Real Madrid, the Ancelotti one was really anticipated. But when we beat Man City, I think that tweet got 100,000 likes. Of like Pep Guardiola, welcome to the Arnslot Penitentiary.
Yeah.
So yeah, love that one.
That's pretty funny. So that was your number 4.
That was my number 3.
Or your number 3, okay. My number 3, once again, a very much footballing one. It is Cristiano Ronaldo breaking the all-time goal scoring record.
Dude.
Man, you're never going to see anything like that ever again. Come on.
What about Messi?
But he hasn't broken the all-time goal scoring
Yeah,
record.
but he might do it, bro.
He won't do
What
it.
if he plays in the Saudi when he's 50 and washed?
He won't do it. He broke the record with a goal he scored for Portugal. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
yeah, because he's Portugal. No one can drop him because you're manager. Yeah, that's awesome, bro.
I have to bleep that out, bro.
No, you don't. Come on, that's a historical reference.
Okay. But yeah, I think just seeing a player of his magnitude breaking a record like that, like it's not something you're going to see every year. So I think having something like that, obviously he's still putting up decent-ish numbers. Obviously make of that what you will with the league he's playing in and the quality of footballers he's playing around. But yeah, like generational player, my GOAT, of course. And yeah, he gets my number 3 spot.
Okay. I hate it.
Yeah, I
As you can imagine.
3 and 4 you probably hated.
Yeah, no, I hate it. No. Okay, number 2.
No, number 2 and 1 you'll probably like.
Okay, good. Okay, this is my most like specific one, but it just really tickled me. You're familiar with Stephen Klopp, right?
No, not really.
The Twitter account. You would have seen this tweet. Stephen Klopp. He's like.
Oh yeah. Wait, yeah. Go on. Wait, I think I know where this is going.
Yeah. He's just like a. He's like a fake top red.
Okay.
And he's just very funny. Tweets a lot of funny stuff.
Yep.
And there was this video of this. He was probably about 6 years old. This Spurs kid doing in the pre-match warm-up, whatever. You know how like the kids like they come out with their mascot or they're the mascot and they like walk out.
Yeah.
He was doing him and he was doing like training to do like burpees and stuff, like trying to be all cool and being like like all prepped for the game. And I've never seen head loss like this before. He was like a 6-year-old kid, right? And honestly, every day I would see him tweet like, friggin' kid, that little what a little shit, right? I'm literally going onto his account right now. Right? What's the biggest problem in the world right now? Spurs kid. God, that kid was so annoying. Celebrate that Soboslai goal, but flashbacks to that Spurs kid and a feeling of rage hit me. If anyone sends me that Spurs kid, I'll block them. Nah, just seen the Spurs kid on TV. Tweet about the Spurs kid. This is worse than the Spurs kid. Like, I'm genuinely, he was like 7 years old. He's just absolute generational head loss. Like, it's just
The Spurs kid.
the Spurs kid. Like, and this is over a period of a month. You'll just tweet, like, just thought about the kid and ruined my day. What a little shit. Like, it just...
That's so good. That's quality.
I'll make sure I send the, God, that kid was annoying. I'll make sure I send the kid to you because you have to see the video. Like, he's just trying to be all, like, show off and cool, but, yeah.
That's
Stephen
good dribble.
Klopp.
That's good dribble. That was your number 2?
That was my number 2. 2024.
There's no footballing moments from Bailey so far. It's all Twitter. Okay, my number 2. Oh, wait. Let me compose myself a little bit. Okay, so my number 2 is the CPS Champions League team talking about FC Brest.
Oh, that was pretty funny.
It was absolute classic, especially the most recent one. But every time they talk about it, it just gets better and better. And then when Kate Abdo had to silence Micah Richards,
Yeah.
whilst Jamie Carragher's like just dropping all these like innuendos, is like so good.
I was quite impressed with Carragher's wit in that clip. I'll be honest with you. Like,
Yeah.
There was some legit. I was like, there was one. They were well rounded, or they were well. There's something like that.
I like the shape of them.
That was right. I like the shape of them. That's a good one.
No, I think Henri's one is my favorite, where he goes, the two up front are small, but they can still compete. That's a banger.
That's too good.
They're small, but they can still compete. And then Caro just goes like, "Yeah, I've paid for them." Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he goes.
That's
He's
so
like,
good.
he's like, "Oh, you keen to watch them tonight?" He's like, "Yeah, I'd pay to go watch them." It's
That's
like,
so good.
Yeah.
That's a good one, actually.
it's an absolute banger. Yeah. So that is my number 2. Probably should have been number 1, but number 2.
No, I can respect that. Okay. So are we doing our honorable mentions now, or are we going straight to one?
Oh no, honorable mentions. Yeah. So we got our number 1s next. But we've got like a list of at least 10 to 15 honorable mentions each. And we're kind of just going to rattle them off and then stop each other at any certain point if we want to talk about them. I know 1 or 2 of Bailey's. And to say we're not going to be stopping and talking about it is, yeah, we're just not talking about that.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
The one that you said before.
Yeah.
We're just not talking
Wait,
about
so should I say it and then we'll just go past it? I'll just say his name.
Yeah.
And I'll let people interpret.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My honorable mentions. Okay. The Mo Salah tree meltdown. You've got, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Kwanzaa horny. Ten Hag goes viral. Casemiro at the Chippy.
That is so good. Casemiro at the Chippy.
You got Cal the Dragon. You got San Marino winning.
Banger.
You got Thogden calming the fans.
Yeah, bro, that should have been my top 5. That's a banger.
It's just football. It was just football. Bro.
Thogden.
I think that was at the El Clasico, right?
Yeah. The disease of like the football community, Thogden. So bad.
You've got Doku can't beat young right back.
Yep.
You got the Mo Salah celebration. You've got Paul Karma.
Wait, pause. Paul Karma.
I'll just read the tweet to you. Oh, actually, you might have to bleep this. Sorry,
just say it and I'll bleep
it. This tweet
it.
just really tickled me. What if instead his name was Paul Karma and he... That's just one of the funniest tweets I've ever read.
It's like on his Tom Garrett show.
Yeah. Okay, we have Sean Millis as Hoyland.
Yeah, banger. That's a good one.
Mbappe can't score a free kick.
Yeah.
I've written this one down because you made me think of it, but the Kate Abdo Carragher, but when Carragher suggested Kate was cheating on his wife.
That was in my honourable mention. That was in my honourable mentions.
Yeah, that one is absolutely fried.
I get squeamish when I see that clip. It's awful.
And I'll give some context to this one because one of my favourite things in football Twitter are slander names. Right, so you've got like Pogba being called a barber midfielder, whatever. And probably my favourite one I saw was Lenny Euro being called, can you please lend me a euro? That one gave me a laugh. And I'll just say, just one I want to explain was Ten Hag goes viral. Did you see that?
Yeah, I was going to pull you up on that, but yeah.
Because I just thought that's probably the one that's like very, general. That
vague. It's vague.
Yeah, it's vague. It was just this, if a Twitter account tweeted, it was like, what's the thing that's ruining your life so much at the moment? And they tweeted a picture at the top of Ten Hag's head. And the tweet just went viral. It got like 400,000 likes. It went to like the normie of Twitter. It's because people thought it was talking about balding.
That's good.
He was balding, but no, it was actually the guy just had head loss. I think you guys had just lost to like some crap team, and he was just molding about Ten Hag.
That's good.
So yes, those are all my honourable mentions.
Okay, so do you want me to do mine?
Yes, I do.
So I got a few more like social references in the honourable mentions, but yeah, I got City's downfall and Pep losing his head. Then the one that I had at the 5 that I actually changed for Leverkusen was just the Spain's Euros campaign, like the development that came out of that, obviously with Yamal and how much more convincing they were than any other team. David Coote's generational week of viral videos.
Yeah.
Getting a CR7 and Mr. Beast collab.
Yeah.
Joselu's glow up and Madrid win their 15th Champions League. The There We Land kid.
I nearly had him on mine, but I thought you might have him.
Yeah. Cole Palmer, just in general. I think he said 2024 has been insane. Arsenal fans, just in general, just get a grip. Gerald Konza and Nico Jackson's messages with Astrid Wet. Tuchel being the next England manager, and then Neve Stumppeg in that one episode of the overlap dunking on Rory Jennings. I thought that was fantastic.
Okay.
Have you seen that clip of
I have.
the Beckham clip?
I think she is so wonderful. She is ball, like she knows her ball, and
Yeah.
I do love that clip because Rory plays that role very well. Like
Yeah.
when he does get like with the Haaland clip and stuff, I think he does like play it off very well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, and in that overlap episode as well is when they're talking about an all-time Premier League 11. You got that Arsenal lady in the corner that goes Bukayo Saka.
Oh yeah.
That's awful as well. But yeah, that was my honourable mentions.
I wanted to say this because I actually forgot to mention it, but with the Kwanzaa Asher Wet thing, did you know there was something that happened before that?
Yes,
as well?
yes, I do.
Okay.
I know of that as well.
Yeah, he got caught with like a girl or something.
Yeah,
So it happened it happened within a week, both of those incidences.
Crazy. Both are crazy. Absolute crazy. Anyway, yeah, the less we talk about that lady, the better.
True.
But yeah, our number ones. Do you want me to go? Actually, yours probably
I literally. Oh yeah, you'll know what mine is.
Yeah, I know. I already know what yours is. I'll go mine because mine's a footballing one, and that's Ademola Lookman's Europa League final hat trick. That is like, it's also a perfect hat trick. Like all the goals are bangers, especially for someone who wouldn't even been considered for an England jersey, getting an England consideration after that one game, being African Player of the Year off that one performance. Atalanta winning the Europa League, like just the domino effect from what happened in that game from someone who got rejected by Leicester City and Everton is crazy. I think just that you'll never see anything like that ever again. Can you tell me the last time someone scored a hat-trick in a European Cup final? On any stage, whether it be Europa League, Champions League?
Well, Mbappe scored one in a World Cup.
In a World Cup, yes. So that's pretty crazy, which we all at the time obviously marvelled over. But in a European Cup final, obviously, it's Europa League. Like, it's not Champions League, but...
I was going to say, has anyone scored a hat-trick in a Champions League final?
Well, there you go. This will be the... Well, I'm just saying, like, off the top of my head, I don't know anyone. I haven't done my research.
Definitely not happened in the last 20 years.
No.
Since, like, the turn of the century.
No, agreed. And, yeah, I think just Lookman doing that. And then getting considered for the England... I think he got in the provisional squad for England. And it's like, what? Especially when you got an abundance of wingers that are talented, that probably deserve a spot in that team. And then you got a guy who just got rejected everywhere he went.
Okay, I like that. That's a kind of a wholesome number one.
Yeah, it's actually like probably the best footballing moment of the year actually on the field, in my opinion. That's the reason I had it at number one.
Okay. Well,
Bailey's beats mine, by the way. It's fantastic. I was going to put him on honorable mentions just because I knew about it, but I'm like, no, I'll let him take it away.
Thank you. My number one is Lee Gunner. What could only be described as the most generational head loss I think we've ever seen. His video. Actually, shall I just read out the title of the video? I think that's best.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. It is a piece of art, that video.
It is. So the title of the video is 115 Reasons to Sack Arteta. That's already, you go, that's a lot of reasons. Surely that's a joke. Surely that's humorous. The video is 3 hours, 49 minutes, and 1 second long. Let me tell you, this video, it's not a joke either. He literally goes through and lists God knows how many reasons about why Arsenal need to sack Arteta. I've never seen head loss like that before. To make a 4-hour video. And the video's edited, by the way. Like, there's edits in it. It's not just like him just rattling off like no, this is a calculated hit piece on his manager. The only way to describe it.
And like these, because I've seen part of the video. Obviously, I'm not sitting through 4 hours of Lee Gunner, but I've like seen part of it. And these reasons and the reason why he does it, he goes back prior to lockdown Arsenal when they were absolute like just a shambles of a side. Like just look at them. Like they finished like top 2 the last 2 seasons in a row. Probably the most consistent manager in the Premier League at the moment in terms of finishes, because obviously you had Klopp. Pep is on a bit of a spiral now. So you'd probably go Arteta.
They're a good team. Do Arsenal fans forget what they were? Everyone remembers the meme where they were hard stuck 4th. Like that was what they were.
Yeah. Do you remember when they had a back two of Pablo Mari and Socrates? Like
Jesus Christ.
David Luiz, Willian,
God, the David Luiz era, man.
Rob Holding, like they were regulars in the Arsenal side. Now you've got probably one of the top 3 centre backs in the world, probably the best young right winger in the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got arguably like Declan Rice, probably one of the top 5 in his position in the world.
Yeah.
Odegaard the same. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's like they've got quality across the park, and to make a video like that, it's just like, okay, you've just lost your head.
I can kind of understand though, because their football is probably absolutely horrific to watch.
Yeah, I mean, they play a back 4 of centre halves.
And then they score like all their goals from Declan Rice
and Havertz
deliveries.
If I had Havertz up front every game, I'd probably cry out for help as well.
Yeah, probably.
Like, even in United's like form, I'd be like, ugh, that's yucky.
No, but absolutely none of this deserves a 4-hour video of 115 reasons why a manager needs to be sacked.
And like, if you do care to see the video, my best piece of advice would be just to like go to jump cuts. So like maybe just like click on like 15 minutes in and then click at 45 minutes in and just see how his emotion changes. It's fantastic.
You know what? It's random. It just made me think we had no Goldbridge on any of our lists.
I know, but Goldbridge is kind of what you expected this year, I think, in terms of at least when you think about like his iconic quotes and things like that. Like, a lot of them have been from years gone by, like the Phil Jones era. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say like the
and a lot of them
7-0 and stuff. If that was this year, that would have been. I would have that in.
Yeah, like a lot of them are recycled. Like, people often use them in football Twitter because some of those clips are timeless, but a lot of them are just recycled clips from previous years. But yeah, Goldbridge, he should just be an honorable mention because he's just probably the best football, like in terms of entertainment, just best person on football, like social media.
Bro, my dad watches him.
I love Mark Goldbridge.
That's crazy.
Like, in terms of how he sees Man United, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure how I feel about how he feels, but in terms of just the comedic value, yeah, it's just like unparalleled. But yeah.
Do you know what's your favorite Goldbridge line?
My one that I like at the moment, I don't know ever, like there's so many to go through, but my favorite one at the moment is he's as useful as a red light in GTA.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one.
I would say mine, but I can't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also just like when he gets trolled and then he's like, oh, it's 3-0. Like there's ones where people say some absolutely outrageous things to him in his super chats, and then he's like, "Yep, United are down 3-0." It's just like, okay, pack it in, mate. Just call it a day. Like, you're just putting yourself through turmoil online. Like, I just couldn't do that to myself. Big up Goldbridge.
I could for the money he makes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, I can't believe the day I found out Mark Goldbridge isn't actually his name.
Brent Dessert.
Yeah, I know. Insane.
It's a lovely name, to be honest.
It is. It is a lovely name. But yeah. Is that where we're going to leave it today? Is there anything else you'd like to mention? 2024 footballing moments?
No, I think I got more out of that. I wish I could have had my stuff from the earlier years, because I'm sure, like, that Paul Karma tweet, like, I'm sure I've got more stuff like that, but I just...
Yeah, that whole thing's getting bleeped out. That explanation of that tweet.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
There is no way that's airing. No way.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to the Check the Score podcast. We actually do have some guest interviews lined up in episodes to come soon. Very, very keen for those. But thanks, Bailey, for coming in today and kicking us off in the new set.
No worries, mate.
And we'll see you next time.